Breitling is a privately owned company founded in 1884 in Gretchen, Canton of Solothurn, Switzerland. In recent years, the market has been flooded with replica Breitling watches which look very close to the real ones, but worth are only a fraction of the value, and that are far inferior in quality. Ask the customer a few qualifying questions about the watch. The customer should be able to paint a nice picture about it. People who own luxury watches should know a bit of history on the watch. When was the last time you spent $5,000 and didn't know much about what you were buying? Ask for the original papers. Designer watchmakers take pride in their work and often include a certificate or paper with the watch's details and serial number. If they have said paper, that's a good sign. But don't stop there. Compare the watch's details to the information on the paper. The paper should have a serial number that matches the one on the watch. Be sure to find your watch's serial number. Not sure where to find the serial number? Your best and quickest resource to find this information would be a quick Google search. If you find a serial number on the watch or on the papers the customer has provided, you can use a really handy website to determine if the watch is a counterfeit very quickly. Watch Certification Services of America is a website that contains a database of flagged serial numbers that are counterfeit. You should always check a serial number against this database. Get with your store manager or store director to use this website. Next, ask for the box it came in when purchased. Most watchmakers don't hesitate to provide their brand box to protect the watch to take home. If there was no box provided or it was lost, no problem. This is just one part of the process. Grab your trusty jeweler's loupe and let's dive in. Let's look at the logo. The logo should be embossed or raised. Do you see splines on the wing? There should be a total of 5, and they do not extend all the way to the outer wing. The anchor, in between the wings, comes to a point and does not touch the wings. Make certain the B is in the correct direction. Counterfeiters typically get this wrong. The second hand should have an anchor on the bottom of it. The anchor should come to a point at the ends. The B should be very clear and distinct. Examine the center pin that holds the hands. They should be the same color, normally silver. Counterfeits typically use a black pin. Check the movement of the second hand. It should move in 8 steps per second, which makes it seem like it's moving in a continuous motion. Breitlings come with an anti-glare coating on the crystal. Look at the face as it reflects light. If the light reflected is not bluish-purple, it's probably counterfeit. Let's take a look at the subdials. The subdials should not have calendar functions, and they shouldn't be raised. The subdials should never have a 31 or 7, which would stand for what day of the month or week it is. If there is a calendar function, it will be on the date display. The numbers should be centered in the middle. The numbers should be crisp and clear. The date display should be large and intruding into the seconds and minute markers. You should also adjust the date on the watch. When adjust the date, the dial should snap to the next number. This is a clear indication of a well-crafted movement. Next, take a look at the buckle. The Breitling engraving should be deep and clear. On the back, there should be a decorative stamping and engraving, not a laser etching. It should look deep and clear to read. You can also check for date codes found on the underside of the lug. The first 2 numbers are the week of production. The second 2 numbers are the year of production. Check when the model was introduced to ensure your code is possible. Be wary of watches from the future. Check the basics. Ask questions about the timepiece. The customer should be able to paint you a picture about the watch. Ask for papers and the box the watch came in. Check the dial. Is the logo perfect? Do the numerals look raised or out of place? Use Google to compare large images of the watch online to the watch in front of you. Check the case, crown, and strap. Does the watch have the right weight? Is the strap solid? Does the strap feel cheap? Does the strap click together nicely? Check the complications. Are they the right complications for the type of watch? Does the date snap over after 24 hours? Use this checklist to guide through the decision-making process, and you'll never take another fake watch again, hopefully. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.